Hey guys, today we'll be covering the fundamentals of energy mechanics in Genshin Impact and how to get away with lower energy recharge on certain characters. Please enjoy.
Comment, subscribe.
First up, we'll be covering the basics for energy funneling. I'll be using pyro particles to funnel into Ember, which is a pyro character. This works with any character as long as the particles that you're funneling to is the same. So pyro particles will generate more energy for Ember than just normal particles or particles of a different element. Okay, now we see what happens when we don't collect the particles on Ember, meaning that the particles go into Xingyan and Ember is in the background, so she's off field. Notice that her energy is not as charged as previously, and I'll just use the comparison over here. Okay, now we'll use a different element to charge Ember, so she's still currently with the same energy percent. Alright, I'll be using Xiao as the animal character. So using the elemental skill. And alright. Now you notice that Ember has barely charged any energy at all whatsoever. I'll make this more clear when I use a couple more of Xiao's E skill. Alright. And notice that her energy is now much lower. With the basics out of the way, we are ready to move on. This is the general rule of thumb. Energy recharge to burst cost ratio. Xiao has an energy cost of 70 and I'm building him with a 138% energy recharge. This works best for me. And this is also affected by the number of charges of E that Xiao can use, or the current character can use. This brings me to my second point. So if you notice, some characters can wield sacrificial weapons, such as Xingqiu. This makes him have an extra charge on his E skill, which generates even more particles for him and the other party members. Of course, there's more to energy recharge, but this is the basics that you need to know. Let's see what this looks like in actual combat. Alright, so if you take a look at my team composition here, I have 2 sub DPS as well as a healer, which is Bennett. Alright, over here, I show you how important the energy funneling is. As you can see, my Xiangling, she's currently suffering from a lack of energy. Take a look at her burst, it's not even up and it's already been almost 30 seconds. At this point I give up and I'll show you what happens when I start funneling energy from other characters into her. Alright, so I cast her burst. I switch to Burnett, funnel the pyro particles back into her. I move on to Xingqiu, funnel the water particles onto her. And again, use her Shogun. And notice that her burst is up at about 3 seconds left on the cooldown. This is the end product that you want to get your burst back on cooldown. Okay, and now finally we can get to the actual combat where I'll be showing you how to clear a chamber of the floor 11. So I'll be constantly doing cycling between different characters, swapping between sub DPSs, and generally making sure that everyone has their elemental burst during cooldown. So in essence, you will want the characters that are off field to have higher energy recharge, and the character on field, which is your DPS, can afford to have slightly lower energy recharge because the active character will be picking up will be picking up energy particles on field, which gives them more energy than the characters that are off field. Okay, and what this essentially means is that it allows your team of one main DPS to have that main DPS with lower energy recharge. but because of the power of funneling, he or she can still get the burst back on cooldown. For teams with 2 sub DPS or more, such as the one I've shown in this video, they'll be more like quick swap teams where you'll be swapping between characters more often, and this makes the funneling stronger, allowing you to run one additional character with lesser energy recharge. Okay, and now let's wrap up this video with 3 key takeaways. So firstly, you cannot skim on energy recharge for characters such as Burnett. There are support characters that do not have much on-field time. What this means is that he just comes out to do a burst and then he swaps out. He's a battery, meaning that when you use his elemental skill, you use it to charge other characters like Xiangling, who need more energy than him. And number 2, you will want to collect your particles on the correct character. So usually this will be your sub DPS. And lastly, energy recharge is often overlooked as people prioritize damage more than that. But actually energy recharge affects your damage indirectly, because when you have sub DPS or a DPS without a burst, you are wasting time in which you could have been using to deal damage with your burst from your main DPS or your sub DPS. With that, I hope that you guys have a clearer picture of how energy recharge comes into play when you fight the Spiral Abyss and other difficult content in Genshin Impact. If this video has helped you, please consider to like, comment, subscribe, and share with people that might need to watch this video as well.